All right, so you want to talk about Juan Soto joining the Mets. I mean, who doesn't?
Huge move for sure.
Huge, yeah. And we're not just talking like surface level, oh, he signed this, it's a big number.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking like by the end of this, you're going to be the Juan Soto expert, okay,
Absolutely.
for all your friends.
Well, it's certainly one of the biggest stories in baseball right now.
For sure, for sure.
I mean, the sheer size of this deal.
Right, just the numbers alone.
15 years,
Yeah.
potentially $765 million.
That's, I mean, how do you even, like, that's hard to even fathom, right?
It is, yeah. It's a massive contract, one of the biggest we've ever seen in the sport.
Potentially, he could be, not just in baseball, he could be like the highest paid athlete, period.
Right, across all sports, yeah.
So where do we even start with this whole thing?
Well, before we even get to the Mets, we got to rewind a bit.
Okay.
Because there was a serious bidding war going on for Soto.
Yeah.
And it came down to, surprisingly, the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees in the mix, always kind of, I mean, they're always in it, right?
They're always in the mix, but they were really in it this time.
Yeah. And what was it, 760 over 16?
They offered a staggering $760 million over 16 years with no deferred payments, which is a huge statement.
Wow.
Really shows how badly they wanted him.
So with an offer like that, how did the Mets, I mean, obviously money talks, right?
Money does talk, but there were other factors at play here, too.
Yeah, yeah.
The Mets offered him a $75 million signing bonus up front.
Okay, okay.
And this is key, an opt-out clause after 5 years.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
For the regular people out here like me, what exactly is an opt-out clause?
Basically, it gives him the option to become a free agent again after 5 years, if he chooses.
Okay.
It's becoming more and more common in these mega deals.
I see. So it's kind of like a safety net in case, you know, he becomes even more amazing
He's
where,
amazing.
or, you know, the team totally tanks, whatever it may be.
Right, gives him some flexibility.
Flexibility, that's the word I was looking for.
And the Yankees did not include that in their offer.
That seems like a big omission.
It is, and you know, if you dig a little deeper, this difference in approach might signal a shift in the way these two New York teams are thinking about their finances.
Oh, interesting.
The Mets, with Steve Cohen, they seem to be embracing this bolder, more aggressive style of spending.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the Yankees, they've always been big spenders,
Historically, yeah.
but they seem to be a little more cautious with these mega deals now.
Interesting. So you're saying almost like the Mets are saying we're going all in and the Yankees are playing the slower, longer game. Is that what you're saying?
It's possible, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, the Mets are clearly in win-now mode.
Yeah.
They're not just trying to build a good team. They want a championship.
And they're willing to pay for it.
They're willing to pay for it, absolutely.
Now, what about the Yankees? I mean, they're not just going to sit back and you know, twiddle their thumbs.
Of course not.
They have to have some kind of plan, right?
They definitely have a strategy. It's just a matter of what that strategy is now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe they go after other big-name free agents. Maybe they focus on developing their existing talent.
Right.
But this deal definitely shook things up.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they react.
It's like a chess match.
Exactly.
You know, one big move has been made, and now we're all just waiting to see.
Waiting to see the counter move.
Yeah.
And the implications of this deal go beyond just these two teams.
Right.
It could influence how other teams approach contract negotiations with star players.
Yeah, this could be a ripple effect.
A ripple effect across the entire league.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so much to unpack here.
There is.
So we talked about the money,
Yeah.
strategies, but let's not forget about Juan Soto himself.
Right.
What makes this guy
The man of the hour?
the man of the hour worth, I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars?
Well, his value goes far beyond just home runs and RBIs,
Okay.
though he excels at those as well. You know, when you look at his WAR, which is wins above replacement.
Okay, break that down for me
It's-
because I hear that a lot, but I'm not always sure what it actually means.
Essentially, it measures a player's contribution to their team compared to, like, a readily available replacement level player.
Okay.
So it takes into account all aspects of the game: hitting, fielding, base running.
So it's kind of like one number that kind of sums up how much better a player makes a team.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Soto consistently ranks among the league leaders in WAR,
Wow.
even at his young age. And that's what makes him so special.
He's not even like, you know, in his peak yet.
Not even close.
And he's already considered like, you know, top tier.
One of the best.
I mean, think about what he's going to be like in a few years.
Scary to think about.
It is kind of scary to think about.
His hitting skills are just exceptional. He's got incredible bat speed, plate discipline,
Yeah.
a real knack for driving in runs.
Yeah, I've always heard that about his patience. At the plate, is that really, like, as crucial as they say?
It's one of his greatest strengths, absolutely.
Right.
He doesn't chase bad pitches. He works the count, waits for his opportunity.
So he's not just trying to hit it hard. He's trying to
He's trying to hit the right pitch at the right time.
right pitch at the right time.
That's what makes him so dangerous.
Okay, so let's have some fun here.
Right.
All right, you're the Mets manager,
Okay.
and you got Juan Soto's name
Penciled in.
penciled into the lineup card.
You're right.
What does that batting order look like?
Oh, man.
How does he fit into this already? Pretty
Stacked lineup.
stacked lineup, yeah.
Well, you could have Lindor leading off, followed by Marte, then Soto batting third
Ooh,
with his ability to get on base and drive in runs.
yeah.
And then Alonso cleaning up.
Talk about a nightmare for opposing pitchers.
Oh, absolute.
4 all-star caliber hitters,
Back to back to back.
all capable of, changing the game with one swing.
That's the kind of lineup that keeps managers up at night.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not just about the individual talent.
Hmm.
It's about how those pieces fit together.
Right.
Soto's presence could
Mhm.
elevate the entire offense.
Yeah, it's like adding, a spark to a bonfire.
Exactly.
The whole thing is just blazing even brighter.
And then you add in their pitching staff.
Oh, right.
You got veterans like Scherzer and Verlander anchoring the rotation.
I mean, on paper,
On paper,
they look like,
they look like a complete team.
yeah, like a legitimate World Series contender.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, but what about the Yankees?
Yeah.
Where do they go from here?
that's the big question.
They clearly had a plan A.
They did.
Did pan out.
It didn't work out, so what's plan B?
Do they even have a plan B?
They have to have something.
Yeah.
They need to fill that gap in their lineup. They need that left-handed power bat.
Yeah.
Do they go after another big-name free agent? Do they make a trade? Do they focus on developing their prospects?
It's a crossroads for them.
It is.
This offseason is going to be crucial.
Absolutely.
They can't afford to just sit back, especially with the Mets making such a bold move.
They need to respond. They need to show their fans, the league, that there's still a force to be reckoned with.
The pressure is on.
The pressure is definitely on.
All right, so much to think about here.
Lots to digest.
It feels like we're witnessing like a seismic shift in the landscape of baseball, and the aftershocks of the Soto signing are going to be felt for years to come, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's almost like a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
It really could redefine how teams value these star players.
Absolutely. But speaking of star players,
Right.
we talk about the money, we talk about, the strategies,
Yeah.
but let's not forget about Juan Soto himself.
Right.
What makes this guy worth, hundreds of millions of dollars?
Well, his value, it goes far beyond just home runs and RBIs.
Yeah.
Although he's pretty good at those too.
He is, yeah.
When you look at his WAR,
Okay, no, wins
Ex-
above replacement.
break that down for me because
So-
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not always sure what it actually means.
Yeah, it's essentially, it measures a player's contribution to their team
Okay.
compared to a readily available replacement level player.
Gotcha.
Takes into account all aspects of the game: hitting, fielding, base running.
So it's kind of like one number that sums up like how much better that player makes the team.
Exactly.
That's-
And Soto consistently ranks among the league leaders in WAR,
Wow.
even at his young age.
Crazy.
That's what makes him so special.
He's not even like in his prime yet.
Not even close.
And he's already,
top tier.
considered one of the best.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about what he's going to be like in a few years. It's
It's scary to think about.
scary. Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, his hitting skills are just exceptional,
Incredible bat speed, plate discipline,
Yeah, the patience
a patience.
at the plate. I've always heard that
Oh, yeah.
about him. Is that really as crucial as they say it is?
It's one of his greatest strengths. Absolutely.
Okay.
He doesn't chase bad pitches. He works the count,
Right.
waits for his opportunity.
So he's not just, up there hacking, trying to hit as hard as he can. He's actually
He's trying to hit the right pitch
the right pitch at the right time.
at the right time. That's what makes him so dangerous.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have some fun here.
Yeah.
All right. You're the Mets manager.
Okay.
Okay. You got Juan Soto's name
Penciled in?
penciled in on that lineup card.
Yeah.
What's that batting order look like?
Oh, man.
How does he fit into this already? Pretty
Stacked lineup.
stacked lineup.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you could have Lindor leading off, followed by Marte,
Okay.
then Soto batting third
Uh-huh.
with his ability to get on base and drive in runs.
Yeah.
And then you got Alonso cleaning up.
Talk about a nightmare
That's
for
right.
opposing pitchers.
Back to back to back to back. 4 all-star caliber hitters,
All-star.
all capable of changing the game with one swing.
That's the kind of lineup that keeps managers up at night.
Yeah, it's a good point. And
Yeah.
it's not even just the individual talent.
Right.
It's about how those pieces fit together.
Right. Exactly. And Soto's presence could elevate the entire offense.
Oh, yeah. It's like adding, a spark to a bonfire.
Right.
The whole thing is just blazing even brighter.
And let's not forget about their pitching staff.
Oh, right.
You got veterans like Scherzer and Verlander anchoring the rotation.
I mean,
on paper,
they look
like a complete team.
World Series contender.
World Series contender, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but what about the Yankees?
Right.
Where do they go from here?
That's the million-dollar question.
They clearly had a plan A. It didn't work out. It didn't work out, so what's plan B?
Do they even have a plan B?
They have to have something.
Yeah, I mean, they're the Yankees,
They are the Yankees. They're not just going to sit there and twiddle their thumbs.
Right, right.
They need to fill that gap in their lineup. They need that left-handed power bat.
Yeah.
Do they go after another big-name free agent?
Right.
Do they make a trade?
Right, right.
Do they focus on developing their prospects?
It's a crossroads for them.
It is.
For sure.
This offseason is going to be crucial for the Yankees.
Big time. They can't afford to just, sit back and relax, especially with the Mets making such a bold move.
They need to respond.
Yeah.
They need to show their fans,
Right.
the league, that they're still a force to be reckoned with.
The pressure is on.
The pressure's definitely on. Yeah, I mean, it really does feel like we're kind of seeing, like you said, a seismic shift in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, the landscape, it's changing.
And I think those aftershocks of this Soto signing
Yeah.
are going to be felt for years.
Years to come, for sure.
No doubt.
And, we've talked about the money. We talked about the,
Right.
The strategy. But
Yeah.
what's really stuck with me is just the audacity.
The sheer boldness.
The boldness, yeah.
Of the Mets.
Of the Mets. It's like they said, screw it.
Yeah.
We're going all in.
Win now.
We want a championship.
Because I'm not messing around.
And we're willing to spend.
Right, and that's kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
In a sport that's often
Yeah.
dominated by, these cautious front offices.
Oh, right, very calculated, yeah.
Calculated moves. The Mets are kind of like throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's a statement for sure.
It is a statement.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
What do you think, like, the lasting impact of
Right.
this is going to be?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It's tough to say for sure,
Yeah.
but I think it's safe to say that, this deal has sent a message.
Yeah.
It's shown that there's a new way to play the game,
Yeah.
a more aggressive, less risk-averse approach.
Yeah. And whether other teams, follow that path or not, it's going to make for a very interesting next chapter
It is, for sure.
in baseball history.
Absolutely. The next few years are going to be fascinating to watch.
Yeah. So many questions.
So many questions.
Right.
Will the Mets' gamble pay off?
Will the Yankees find a way to counter?
Right. Will other teams join the arms race?
Right. And it's a good point because, we always talk about what happens on the field,
Right.
but sometimes the real drama
Yeah.
is happening in the front office.
Absolutely.
In the boardrooms, right?
It's a reminder that baseball's more than just a game.
It's a business.
It's a business.
Yep.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of our hopes and dreams.
Well said. Well said. So to our listener out there, we leave you with this. Keep your eyes on the Mets, keep your eyes on the Yankees, and keep your eyes on the rest of the league because the game has changed.
It has.
The stakes are higher, the competition is fiercer,
For sure.
and the future of baseball is up for grabs.
It is.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.